I want to discuss how do we send email and also to distinguish the whether we need to hold up the email or not, depending on the reply from the NST teams. So maybe let me share my screen a little bit in a while.
Is it okay if I record this?
Yeah, sure. You can use it for
Yeah.
in the future.
Thank you.
So currently,
Recording in progress.
do you have a clear understanding on the overall RA process? So later maybe you need to explain to Dino and also Dinah as well. Yep. So yeah. Okay. So then let me share the screen. So here, in the morning, I just sent out a bunch of emails. So I simply screenshot this part and
Just a
then
just a question. Do
pass.
we because we identify right the on the investigation part of the tool,
Yes.
we identify currencies that sometimes they uh the checks are not required anymore because after doing these adjustments, the figures are already can be explained by the MSSPNL. So do we still include this in sending uh the emails? For example, the CNY after doing the adjustment, we can say that the PNL can be explained by the MSS PNL already. So do we still need to send an email to the uh, stakeholders?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. So, for example, let me use
Mm.
British pound. So today um we look into British pound because from the daily RA check we saw it has a large movement, right? So that we need to look into it in the RA. So I used the BFC analyzer and then I select portfolios that have P&L impacting the RA, which just do not have auto bias setup because that's the reason. And then now looking at the investigation is explained by the FTP retail here. Because you can imagine like we have another system flowing into our so the P&L can now explain the new movements. But do we have to send email on British pound? The answer is yes, because we cannot answer because we cannot guarantee these P&Ls are valid on our own. Like it's not our responsibility, it's not Traffic's responsibility to determine whether this P&L are valid. You need to send email to the NST teams. For example, here, all of the British Pound books are under BSM desk. So you need to ask the BSM nearshore team to confirm whether these P&L are valid. If, for example, if this one is not valid, is like the for example, if for FVH 606, if the real P&L should be zero, but now we have $1 million here, then tomorrow they will they may so today they will post an adjustment. So the adjustment will appear in BFD analyzer tomorrow. So if they want to reverse today's 1 million, they will need to post an adjustment today with minus 1 million British pound. So do you understand the logic here?
Okay.
Yeah, so tomorrow it will, so today we also need to tell the traders to leave long £1 million British pound. So it's like we can hash whatever amount, but we need to leave 1 million, positive 1 million British pound on RA, so that tomorrow when the adjustment impacts RA, it will cancel out the 1 million that we leave long today. So that's the the key spirits of why we send emails to traders, of why we send emails to nearshore teams. We want to confirm everything is all right and to tell the traders our findings. So that's the key point. So you can see I send out a lot of emails every day. For example, like CNY for Singaporean dollars and also British pound. So I send emails to the relevant parties only. So for example, BSM desk is the only desk responsible for British pound today. So I will only tag it. I will tag British BSM and the nearshore team only in the email. But for CNY, wait a second, I think. So for CNY, there are rate CM desk. So I will tag rate CM in my email. And this we also tag this group, which is the traders email because they want to do manual buy-in. But you can this is just an exceptional case, but for other currencies they're pretty straightforward. You just need to tag the group that is responsible. For example, we have FX and BSM responsible for SGD, so we'll tag it in the email. And for Hong Kong dollars, we have equity derivatives, RD and BSM responsible, so I tag them in an email. And then in terms of how you look at the responses, I think you will learn more when you have to do it. For example, if someone says valid, which that means the P&L is correct. You don't have to leave long or short anything. So is that clear?
Yep, yep.
Yep. So on the other hand, if they say something like they post an adjustment here, now you have to be really careful about the signage of the adjustment because sometimes they can be quite tricky. So that will be another thing that I'll cover you later, but you don't have to know uh like the details right now, but you just need to know if they say there are adjustment tomorrow, there will be adjustment tomorrow, then you just post the you just tell the traders to leave long or short, depending on the total adjustment of that currencies. So if that adjustment is released on T+1, then on T+1, you can just say their movement, the P&L is valid because it's just a released adjustment. And then so you don't need to leave long or short anything as well. So that's the whole picture.
To clarify on that, so once it's released, so no need to hold anything on our end, on the RA end, already. But if there are adjustments that are due today, those are the figures that will need to advise our RA traders to hold for the day.
Yes, like when do we ask our traders to hold out is because the adjustment will reverse the P&L today. So it will create RA impact in the future and we know the amount. So we will need to tell the traders to leave long or short. Because it will reverse. Like the example I gave you, like if we know there will be an adjustment of minus British pound $1 million tomorrow, then we'll leave long today. because it will reverse today's 1 million positive 1 million British pound P&L. So that's why we need to tell the traders to leave long or short. So does it answer your question?
Yes, yes.
All right. So like did you confirm with Nino on like what's his expectation in this call in the afternoon?
Nothing yet, but uh, if you remember, yesterday I asked you on the put schedules that we're expecting. So that's one of the items that he asked me that if we can already plan on the schedules of our upcoming trainings, that would be better.
Yes. And because I look at his email and he says he wants to know what can go live um next. So I think he means like he wants to see what task I can pass to you right now. So I think like if you like if Dinah Albert wants to, then maybe you will be responsible to run the RA and then send the emails in the morning first. Because I think that's quite straightforward and you just click the macro button. So I think that's really easy to handle for now. And I will guide you on how to look at the responses after you sign out the emails. If they agree to like partially pass the task to you for today.
Yep, I actually agree with that, and it will be helpful because if we're both online together, so we can investigate together, especially on special cases that are difficult to uh understand on my end, especially on the responses.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So, and I also think maybe you can mention the APH log progress as well. So like uh you can try to parallel run and then see if we have the matching figure and if if we can match our figures, then you can pick the task of sending the GRR adjustment email from me.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
Well,
yep. Like, but did you cross check your number with mine, like the GR figure or the RA figure?
so for the base, there are previous days that I tried running it on my end. Our figures are matching. So if I think we can also uh do that as well.
Yep. So you can also tell Nino in the call later. So like APH, we can migrate this part already, and then for RA, like do you get also the same numbers in RA like I do?
So for the RA, especially on the emails, there are just some I I noticed some differences. So for example, there are times wherein there was a balance that are closed out. So I mean netted where zeroed out when netted. And then when we send out the email to the stakeholders, you only send one of the lines. I'm not sure if it's just on my end, but there are
Uh,
do we send all of them? For example, there are all the portfolios that appear in the after running the macro. Do we filter anything out or do we send out all of them?
Only the check one, like with
Yeah, yeah.
yellow check, yeah. So,
So
yes, because those do not have auto buy-in, so they will hit RA, right?
yeah, yeah. So when we identify those that have checks, we don't filter out anything anymore. We already confirm them with the concerned parties, all of those portfolios that with check, is that correct?
Uh, like I'm thinking maybe like you can quickly run your RA process once. Like, is it okay with you? Like,
What's
can
that?
you like quickly like create a new RA template and then you draw the BFC analyzer? Maybe you don't need to draw the BFC analyzer because I draw it already, but you can try to see if it's matching with mine.
Actually, I haven't tried the new template yet on my end.
Yeah, maybe you can like share your screen and then
Okay.
I will see what we can do.
Okay. Let's be
Also, like one minor things when you use the BFD analyzer, like make sure you regularly check if all the call centers starting with 4 and 5 are picked. Like because sometimes you add some new call centers, but if you do not notice, then you will miss them out. So just one reminder.
4 and 5. Yeah, I think I forgot about that. Which part is that? And was it 4 and 5? Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. You can refer to the setup guide I sent you before.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
We need to check that daily. Those with 4 and 5.
Maybe like weekly because yeah, just make sure everything is ticked. Maybe like weekly or monthly if you have time. Yeah, so I extracted them already, so
Okay.
I think you can just skip the BFC analyzer part right now because that's not really important. Yeah, so you can use the um December 1st file to parallel run. Because like the December 2nd is already done. So I think you can use the December 1st file to see the result is actually
Okay.
changed. Yeah.
So do I run it for December 2nd?
Um yeah, so change it to December
Yeah.
2nd.
So we'll start with the importing of the auto buying tickets.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah, like the finance. Actually, I'm quite curious, like, are you using Windows 11 or Windows 10?
we just recently updated to Windows 11, but it's still the same on my end.
Oh, okay. I think it's all capital letters or yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. No, yeah, no. So here to make sure it's like sometimes because the Excel do not automatically show the latest version. So if you just look at column A, just make sure the date is correct. And then you can proceed to the next step.
What column was that? Sorry.
The column A, the extraction date. Just make sure
Oh,
is up to date.
it's a date. I'm not sure why it's showing us
Yeah, it's fine if you
different.
the format, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's the same date.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, so
Can proceed, given that it's correct, so we can proceed on the VBA part.
yes.
And this is the same.
Yep, you import.
But in the raw and the HKD currencies. Oh, I think the HKD is blank.
But no, like you
Yeah.
need to keep like finish clicking all button first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, because you clear the data, you need to import the raw and also the others. Yep. So the others now. So and then you click the P&L button into in the VBA. Change the date. Remember to
Yeah,
change
yeah.
the date.
Sorry.
Yep. I think you need to also change your path
A0. Then
is
this
zero.
is
Yes.
A minus 1.
Yes. Oh, like be careful. Like um, the for the fee three cell, like
Yeah.
you keep the quotation 02 because like when you name the file, you is 02 December 2025. So uh, it should be like this. I
Oh,
just type it in the chat. So you change the two
okay.
into this. No, like the Zoom chat. I just put it in the Zoom chat. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Oh, I think, or maybe a text one. Like this.
what?
I
Maybe you use a double quotation mark back and front together, like what I typed in the chat.
okay.
Yep.
There.
So you click the P&L button, and then you click the investigate button. So yep. So you can look at the other currency first, like the CNY. So here, yep, I think it's the same result. So for PMT in CNY, you don't need to set, like you don't need to include the team on the column I. So you can delete the TFC FX on column I.
Sorry, what's that again?
You can delete the TFC FX in column I for BMT portfolio. Yes, just delete it, remove it. Just, yeah.
Like this?
Yep. So let me tell you why. So because PMT it stands for precious metal trading. So the trade is actually executed on a platform called Apollo. So I'm not sure if you heard of it before, but PMT will have auto buy-in executed later, usually later than the FTP feed. So we don't need to confirm with the GFXP NST team on the PNL because it's it will always has auto buy-in, but it's just not executed by Reefer. It's executed by another platform. So, but still, we don't need to inform our GFX team. So you can ask me later or ask Daniel. So for PMT, just ignore the kind of the responsible party name.
Are
Okay.
these for all PMT portfolios?
Or what?
Is that applicable for all portfolios starting with PMT?
Yes.
Okay, so every time I encounter this, for example, PMT 760, that doesn't need to be included in this one.
Yeah. All portfolios start with PMT. Yeah.
Okay, but do I
Okay.
still need
Yeah.
to include it in the email?
Yeah. It just like our NST team will just ignore it if they cannot see their name on
Okay.
their table. Yep.
Okay.
So like this. So after we look at everything like Singapore dollar or British pound, and then you took a screenshot and then you put it in the email template and then you just send it to the teams.
Okay.
Okay, so can you go to the comparison tab? So here you can have a look. So this is the overview of how the RA movement is comparing to the PCP PNL movement. So here you can see we need to look at British pound and then CHF, like Swiss franc, and also Hong Kong dollar. So why do we not look into CNY, SGD, and Korean won? Because for CNY, we have a higher risk appetite. 30 million Chinese dollars is very small to us. We only look at it when it got to around 1 billion Chinese dollars. And then for Singaporean dollar, of course, we don't need to look at it because it's only 500K. And then for Korean won, 11 million won is very small if you convert it back to US dollar. So we just ignore it. So
Okay.
after you look at the difference, then you should also pay attention to before feed RA, like the column D. So why do we need to look at column D? So because um it may actually have a suddenly large amount. For example, when you look at British pound, so yesterday when we got off work, it's only a few millions. So why today before feed, British pound has 23 million? So maybe I can send you a screenshot. Uh, So actually, is our A traders do some trade. You can have a look. So here it means at 4 p.m. yesterday, our trader our traders just um s- sell 90 million to RA. So I'll teach you how to look at the ticket later, but this is the concept, like why we suddenly have a large position on RA is mostly because the traders do something.
See.
Yes, so that's why the before feed, like be careful, it's the before feed before the MSSP and now fall into RA. So supposedly before feed should remain like a similar amount as like what we advise them to hold. So if there are any sudden changes, you so be alert. So look at the before feed RA position and also look at their movement, right? So I think you can then go to the investigation tab. So for the investigation tab, this is trying to exclude other drivers to get a new RA movement that is more um, reflective of the MSS P&L. So here, like after excluding all other noises, we have Singaporean dollar, British pound, and also Swiss franc fully explained by the MSS P&L with the new RA movement. And for Korean won, we just ignore it. For Chinese dollars, we also just ignore it because nothing much changes. And then for Hong Kong dollar, it's actually due to the FTP retail, but currently I'm still finding a way to like to include it in the automation because Hong Kong dollar is not really intuitive. But hopefully I will understand and I can teach you later. So that's all up to now. So do you have other questions except Hong Kong dollars?
So for SGD,
Yep.
um, oh, so these are which value should this match this column be in the comparison sheet?
With the column F, the absolute difference. No, with column E, sorry. The array movement with column E.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
Yes. So it's the original array movement that includes
Mm.
every drivers. I want to get the array movement that is mainly contributed by MSSPNL. So that would be column J.
So this is the new column that we can use as reference. And given
Yes.
that we have Korean won as valid, so we only have these currencies.
Remember, like for Chinese dollars, we have a higher risk appetite.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
So
got it.
yes, 1 billion Chinese dollars will alert us, but a few hundred millions is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So
On just on
yeah,
this investigation, what is our main output? I mean, what because on this, for example, our main task is to confirm their validity to the uh concerned parties, and also on the other hand, I believe the main output here is to identify what value should we hold for the day to advise to our traders. But in this investigation part, what is the main expectation from us? For
um,
example, we identify I mean, do we have an output file like explain? Do we need to explain each one or
Yeah,
yeah?
no, I usually like so for that's a good question. So for that, I usually just do it under currency tab. Like for Hong Kong dollar, I will. So when you go to the Hong Kong dollar tab, you can see I just mainly do my investigation on the tab directly. So yeah, so I will just cross check, like take if which P&L is valid or not, and then if it is valid, then I would say type OK on the column H. If it has adjustment needed, then I will just mark down what is the adjustment amount, and then I will do some calculation on the other cells. So it's quite spontaneous, but you can have your own style, but just make sure it's easy to keep a record.
So this also our investigation here. Also, how sorry, how does it affect our investigation on each currencies?
Okay, so right now, because British pound, can you go to investigation tab? So yeah, so here like we can like for British pound, Singapore dollar, Swiss franc, Korean won, and Chinese dollars because they are like within the acceptable range, and also nothing like not a lot of weird RA movement happens. So we will just focus on whether the P&L is valid or not. Yes, but for Hong Kong dollar, because the RA movement is kind of weird, so we need to look into other things other than whether the P&L is valid. So the
I
mo
see.
yes, so the most basic step is whether the P&L is valid or not. The next level, the deeper level, is to investigate on other investigate. It's just investigate more.
Got it.
Yep. So hopefully, uh, you can do well in the call later.
Yep, hopefully. And maybe we can also, for example, if there are days we're in, there are currencies to investigate on top of the usual verification, either it's valid or not. Maybe you can also have a call so that you can show me how you do the investigation on your end.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think like maybe we can do that after you start sending an email, and then you can
Yeah,
like have a look, and then we can do the check together in the morning or afternoon.
that's great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a
But
lot.
maybe last thing on these, for example, they're valid, but the formula leaves them as check. Is that okay? We can leave them be.
Yeah, it's just a formula because I don't want to adjust the threshold for Chinese dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just have a mass threshold, but I mean, like in the future, maybe you can change the formula and make more specific threshold. But I'm just lazy.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Got it.
Yeah, because I'm experienced, so I know what the risk appetite of each currency more.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yep.
agree.
So good luck. Good luck.
Yep. Thank you,
Thanks a lot.
Michael.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I should leave.